You are now tuned in to the Premier Hotspur TV. Sit back, get involved, comment away, because we are live.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Premier Hotspur TV. It's your man Simon, North of England's biggest Spurs fan. Yes, guys, we're back with another match preview, guys. This time, guys, we're away to Wolves. Nuno's going back to Wolves this weekend, 2:00 Sunday. I'm joined by my co-host Matt. Matt, how's it going?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Looking forward to Sunday morning. I did with last night's game, but I'm sure we'll get into it. But I'm pretty looking forward to Wolves, to be honest, and pretty confident. So, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Got Jake. Let's go. If Jake, if you're here, mate, that message I sent you, that's for later. All right, pal. So Matt, before we get into the preview, mate, let's just quickly run over. We've been talking about backstage about the game last night. 11 changes, Matt. Nuno. We expected it. We expected 11 changes, but. Do you know what I was? I looked at the bench, Matt. I was going, who are some of these players? I mean, at least take one or two experienced players. I think that's what was missing. Joe, one or two players, Matt, who can be on the bench, right, and say, do you know what? We need a goal. 10 minutes to go. Chuck him on and say, like a Son. He's energetic. He's fit as a fiddle. That 10 minutes wouldn't have. I don't think it would disrupt him for playing Sunday. Do you know what I mean? So. I'm on about something like that, Matt. So did you think that Nuno should have took a couple, just one or two, or maybe three, just experienced players just to be on that bench? Because the 11 who started yesterday, most of them, mate, didn't live up again, did they?
I suppose maybe he could have took a couple, but then if one of them gets injured, we're all moaning, saying, "Oh no, look at that! Son's injured and he's out for a couple of weeks," and that would be, I don't know what options we really have left if someone like Son or a big player gets injured. I mean, the scary thing about last night shows you a couple of injuries in our squad. We are absolutely screwed because those guys will be coming through. I think the team last night was good enough to at least get a goal. Or get maybe not win, but maybe get a draw. I think maybe we took Pacos a bit too lightly. But, there's two legs, and I'm sure we'll have a bit of a stronger side, in the second leg. And I can't see us losing at home, to be honest. But, even though that was their first side or first team out, Pacos, I thought they were pretty average, to be honest. I think.
They're an average team, Matt, as you said there. That was most of their first team out there, an average team. But I feel sorry for Scarlett. He was up top on his own, wasn't he? No one passes
in behind,
That's the thing. No service, Matt. And that was the goal we conceded. I think Romero was trying to play offside. That's why he was up that high. I think this guy likes to play offsides, and Carter Vick is just fucking in the middle of nowhere, was he? Just let him just run behind him, and he's gone and scored a goal. But let's go on to a couple of signings, Matt. Romero first. We spoke quickly about it backstage. We can't really judge him, can we, mate? It's his first game. He's played a lot of games in it for, especially Argentina. Yeah. Played every game last year in Serie A. Got Defender of the Year. He's played a lot of football, and he has come with a bit of a niggle, a bit of a minor injury. And fatigue could have played part in it last night as well, Matt. But to me, the only thing I'll say, he's got to watch the rashness, because in the Premier League, he's not going to get away with it, is he? Not in the Premier League. Not his referees going to and he'll get bookings and sending offs. So I think we've got to strap ourselves in with a couple of sending offs with Romero. But he looks aggressive, and I think that's what we missed at Matt. A bit aggressive. But what do you take on Romero's performance last night, mate?
Well, it wasn't fantastic. There were, good signs on the ball. He can play out from the back. He can run forward. He's very aggressive. I think we need a defender like that. I think we knew what kind of defender we were signing. So, I just think you need to complement him with someone who's quite, experienced in the Premier League. So, someone like an Eric Dyer or a I hate to say it, but they're going to have a bit more experience and that bit more know-how of how to teach him how to be in the Premier League.
Absolutely.
Whereas I think Carter Vickers, it was his first game for Tottenham in like 2.5 years or something since 2017. I mean, you can see why he doesn't play, and you still can't believe he's at this club. So I'm not going to read too much into last night. I think there was good signs, but he's playing in an awful defence as well. And it's not, a defence isn't about one player. You need to have a good back four or a good solid foundation. So the left back has to be good. The right back has to be good. And especially your centre-back partner. And I don't think Carter Vickers helped him out, to be honest. And when you got a donkey like Harry Winks in the midfield who loses the ball in the first place and, doesn't even want to take a yellow card for the team, but apparently he's Mr. Tottenham and will die for the badge. I'm afraid that's what you're going to get. But, I think fair play to the striker. It was a lovely finish. But, I'm not going to read too much into it. And
absolutely, mate.
What will be, will be. This is pretty much, this is a Mickey Mouse Cup, let's be honest.
I saw the comments last night about, Romero, I'm glad he's only on loan. We can just send him back. Calm your horses down. One game, that's all it is. One game. He's just come back. A lot of games he's played. And I think he'll grow into it, as you said, Matt. With when he gets a bit of class defenders around him to play alongside him, I think he'll settle in. You can tell he's very composed of the ball on it, and his aggression is very good. I mean, I love that aggression. He did look tired. He did look tired till the end.
He'll be a good defender. We've given players like Winks and people like that enough long time patience. So it's literally his first game. Like, come on, there's no. Everyone was bad last night. So apart from maybe one or two, but yeah, I'm not going to read too much into it, to be honest.
We've got Derek here. Derek says Winks, Doherty, Davies, not good enough for Spurs, are disgraced to the shirt. Derek, thanks for coming in, pal. I totally agree with that one, mate. Marvis says still Winks and Carter Vickers this summer. There's a lot more than that, pal, but I totally agree with them. So there's a lot more than them two. Yes, we got Ricky Villiers, THFC, even all powerfully calls that result last night. Youngsters not up to scratch. Senior players, the weekend will be better. Fingers crossed. We'll go away to Wolves. Wolves have got a lot of first team players out as well. They've got a lot of injuries, Wolves, for the weekend. But that don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing. We still got to turn up and we still got to put that performance in. Martha says Brian Hill shows some really good quality, mainly in the first half. Playing next to Carter Vickers doesn't help. Yep, we totally understand that. Matt, actually, there was three Everton yesterday. Let's go on to the goalie first, mate, and we'll get on to Brian last. What do you think of the goalie? Goal in, he's got a goal. Okay, I think it was a defender's mistake. It was a good finish, as you said. He finished it well. He put it into the corner. Apart from that, he likes to come off his line a lot, and he plays on the edge of the box, isn't it? Sometimes he's always there in it, and sometimes it can be dangerous. But I believe in his ability. I mean, he seems like he's the confident goalie, Matt. To me, didn't really get tested, did he? Especially that second half, didn't have the shot today. Really, we piled on the pressure. We couldn't get there. But what do you think of so far? What you've seen of him, Matt, in that game in pre-season?
I quite like him. I know he comes off his line pretty quick. I think in the Premier League, or especially in the modern era of football, you need to be good off your line. You look at people like Edison, Allison. I'm not comparing him to them, but they're very good. Off their line. I think he's much better with the ball at his feet. I think he's probably got better distribution, than Lloris. There's nothing he can do about the goal, to be honest. It was right in the corner. He's obviously gone to try and save it. But he looked composed. There was bits where he came out. I think they were sort of one-on-one, and he came out, and I thought he was going to foul him, and he just kind of stopped waited till it was safe, and then he got his hands around the ball and just, he was brave. He's quite loud on the pitch. I've noticed that.
Yeah, I heard him. Yeah,
Um,
very vocal, very
yeah,
vocal.
and I think he's settled in pretty well. I'd say,
Yeah,
in
I think he's
the
settled
team.
in. He's while he's mate. He's it looks like he goes to places and settles in very quickly, and he makes mates quickly, and he settles
Yeah.
in. I don't think we've got no issues with him. I think he'll come
No,
good.
I
Same with
quite like
Romero.
him. I think he's going to
Yeah,
be a really good, backup goalie for this season. But he could come through and be, our first team goalie next season or the, season after. I think he's
yeah,
got a lot of potential. He's got, he's loud. He's got the voice, and he's quite commanding. He comes out, and grabs the ball. He's not scared. I think he's perfect for what you need in the Premier League. And I think for 15 million, he's a steal, to be honest. When you look at the team down the road who get an Aaron Ramsdale for 25 million. So
absolutely, absolutely. That's laughable. That absolutely. And before we get into the preview, Matt, one more player, Brian Hill. Very good, steady debut. I think last night was very good. What I saw of him, he's very skillful in it. He can get the ball. He can travel with it. He can half cross the ball as well. That little dink in the second half. That little dink, brilliant. Absolutely went to the byline, got that ball in. Seriously, he looks a good prospect. This guy, he does really look a good prospect, and I'll have him in around the first team. Stuff all that, going putting on 23s and like that. He's got to be in around that first team. I'm not saying starting, but I think he'll be a good impact player. Matt, what do you reckon?
yeah, no, I like him. I quite like his low centre of gravity. It reminds me a bit of a movement of like I suppose like a David Silva, Eden Hazard sort of type player. The way they move with the ball and very agile and quick, on their feet. There was that run down the line in the first half, wasn't there? And he crossed it in, got it into Sessegnon, and he just couldn't, sort his feet out. But no, he looked pretty quality on the ball. Got a good turn of pace. So, yeah, I think he'll settle in quite nicely. And I think I'm in agreement. I'd like to see him. I don't think he's going to start, but I'd like to see him, on the bench for a lot of the Premier League games. Just someone you can bring on for a bit of extra creativity or just something on the wing.
Absolutely, absolutely. He seems a real good prospect at the age of 21 or 21, whatever he is. Very good talent, very good talent. And I will definitely have him around the first team. It's a shame Scarlett couldn't get none of that service last night. But as you said, Matt, got the second leg coming up. I don't think they'll trouble us in the second leg, but you never know. Lucky enough, it's only 1-0. I mean, I think that's the big thing, Matt. Kept it at 1. I think he will play some of the first team, definitely in that second leg, absolutely. And just want to get that into the next, into the group stages. So let's get into it, Matt. Let's get into it. Wolves at the weekend on Sunday 2:00. Nuno goes back to Wolves, Matt. And you've been impressed with Nuno so far, how he's handled the situation, especially with Harry Kane and some of his transfer. And it's not his fault that we're not getting many of these transfer targets he wants in at the minute. That all comes down to Daniel Levy and Paratici and things like that. But on the pitch, especially against City at the weekend in the preseason, do you think? Did you thought Nuno would have had a massive impact on the team already this season, especially against City, because we look so fitting, especially in the 90 odd minute. We're counter attacking. We're chasing people down. We're under Mourinho. We wouldn't have done that. We'd have got a 1-0 and we're sat in, and the energy
by
level
the second half with Mourinho.
Absolutely. So yeah, give us your intake just quickly on the Nuno and his way he's coming at Tottenham, and he's settled in very quickly.
I like him. I like what he stands for. I like his manner, the way he speaks about the club. He's got a lot of respect. He's not this big kind of personality who's going to be like, I'm the man now. He's more of a team. There's a lot more team spirit there. You can see it in the training footage. You can see it you saw it on the pitch against Manchester City. Everyone flying in for tackles, everyone putting their bodies on the line, for the club, and that's what Wolves were doing under Nuno. Maybe not as much last season, but they did have a lot of injuries, but they were a high pressing, good counter attacking team, and it's good football to watch. Actually, it was quite exciting the other day. Especially watching that second half. First 15 minutes, obviously we got a bit dominated, but we grew into the game as we got into the game, and I thought we were a much better team in the second half, and they just couldn't handle us. And I
just think, Matt. Go on, Matt.
Yeah, I just think he's, in the short time he's been there, I think he's trying to sort out all these little issues and all the deadwood players or players that he thinks won't pull their weight. It's you're going to be rotting in or just sitting on the sidelines. You're not going to be part of my squad. So I do think he's an authoritative figure, but I think he'll give people chances as well. And it's just up to you if you take those chances or if you go and throw them away and don't show up. You look at someone like Dele Alli. He's trained really well in pre-season, proved the point to Nuno. He's come in, he's played every pre-season game, and I know people are moaning him, but at least he's thrown himself on the pitch and he put in a lot of effort against Manchester City and covered the most ground. So I just think it's all about work ethic and attitude with Nuno, and I think that's what we need to go back to basics with. I think a lot of the best teams in the league work hard, and I think last season we just didn't focus on fitness, and it was more about tactics, drop back, defend. You need to do this to win stuff, and unfortunately it's not the Tottenham way, and maybe just the two didn't work out. They just didn't attract together. But I feel like coaches like Nuno, Pochettino work with Tottenham, and just from what I've seen, I'm happy, and I look forward to the next game. I actually look forward to a game now rather than going.
I say under Mourinho, we started getting sluggish. I mean, all the time. Started with being very slow, very sluggish, and was more like a second half team. But that first game against City, I've seen the majority of the game now, and we started explosive, seriously, especially that first tackle. Tanganga down Sterling.
Yeah,
bang.
Set the tone.
He didn't like it.
Set the tone.
I think Sterling's been. I think he's asked. I think he's asked for that after that.
Sterling crapped himself when he came
crapped himself, and seriously, he didn't like it whatsoever. And that's what I've seen, the intensity from the word go. I mean, what we didn't see under Jody, did we? I think we got it back, Matt. I mean, and from minute 1 to minute 90, mate, I think Nuno is getting it right there, mates. And that's what we missed, innit, Matt? That's what we missed.
Yeah.
The intensity, the high press and the counter attack. We got Marfis saying, looking good so far for Goodlin. Brian Hill, best player for Spurs yesterday. Derek says Lo Celso was crap last night. Absolutely. Marfis says still got confidence second leg at home with fans. Think I think we'll beat them. Derek's going for 1-1 draw against Villa. Ricky Villa THFC. He was saving all the first team players so he can spank his own team. I know. I totally understand. This I can't get up for this Conference League. I really can't. It was hard to watch last night. It really was, especially the team we put out. It's just so hard to watch. But it won't be the end of the world if we do go out. You know what I mean? Because I was a big fan. I'd rather concentrate getting back in that top 4. That's what we need, Matt. Because all the players who reject us this summer, Matt, they want Champions League football. I mean, they don't want conference football. And we got Tommy Talks Ball. Yes, Tommy. Thanks for coming in, pal.
Tommy.
Big up Simon and Matt. Romero to start against Wolves. Question mark. If he doesn't drop back against Torre, it's trouble. Yeah. Me personally, I don't know what. We'll get into the predicted lineups and things like that. I've got a lineup. I'll show Matt and see if he agrees with it. And but Matt, I said, so we both agree. Like Nuno has made an impact in it so far. We've seen a difference, Matt. We've seen a difference in our playing it. He wants to. he wants it. I think he wants to do well. And I think at the
Yeah, of
minute,
course he
mate,
does. I think he's got a lot to
he's
prove after
his
last
hands
season.
his hands are tied. But my judgment still the jury's still out on Nuno. Still, I mean, until I see more, I want to see more of it. I just don't want to see one game. And as what I say, if you lose against Wolves, all that hard work against City means fuck all, means nothing. I mean, so we've got to go beat these sort of teams. This is the sort of games, Matt, we always mess about in, isn't it? I mean, and it's not always playing against the big teams. So quickly, Matt, you saw the Nuno press conference today. Basically said he's going to make a decision tomorrow on Harry Kane. Don't know about you, mate. This saga is just rumbling on. Now it's getting to me now.
I've
It's
just sort of
doing
had
my
enough.
absolute head in.
Every day, Sky Sports.
They got to come out and say he's staying, and that's it. Right, no more. We're not even. Don't even come for us with no offers. Something needs to be thing. Are we selling them or are we not? This is rumbling on, and I can see this is going to the wire, and we're going to sell them at the last minute, and we're going to end up with some right trash. I can see it happening, Matt. I really, really can. So, how do you want this saga to be ended, mate? Would you like Kane to stay? Obviously, because everyone would like Kane to stay because fantastic footballer. But how would you like to end it?
Well, I think if you'd asked me a week ago, I'd want him to go because there's enough time to go and get, maybe one or two probably two replacements. But if you ask me now, it's kind of like we don't have enough time to even go and, address the situation. Well, not to get two, we could possibly get one. So I think I'd personally maybe go to him. Look, you're staying this season.
Guys, please, I'm on the fee. Go on, Matt. Sorry, mate.
That's all right, mate. Yeah, you're pretty much staying this season. City have kind of mugged you off as well as mugged us off, and they think you're the same price as Jack Grealish. Which, if I'm Harry Kane, I'm thinking, hang on a minute. I'm England captain. I scored more goals. I got more assists. I've got to be worth at least 150. And I know this gentleman's agreement's in whatever this gentleman's agreement is. But the gentleman's agreement, if the terms what he's saying, only if we get the money we want. And if we're going to offer 100 million, that's 25 million in add-ons over maybe a couple of seasons, then they're taking the mick. And Daniel Levy has pretty much said, I'm not taking your calls until you give me something proper. I personally think he's staying now. I think he may be on the bench on Sunday. I wouldn't just throw him back in terms of starting straight away. I think he's got a lot of making up to do.
I said, Matt,
I expect a statement when all this stuff's done or an interview of some kind.
Yeah, I said, Matt, I was on other streams and I was like, bring Kane back and they'll go, oh, not in the first team. They did let me finish it, not in the first team, but at least put him on the bench. I mean, and just to flip him, rub it in and just bring him on against Wolves. So, I mean, just rub it in City's noses a bit.
It's just all the kind of it's all the signs I'm seeing. Players coming out like Lucas Moura today on ESPN talking about Kane, about how it could affect him, or players are coming out now and speaking about it and say they want him to stay. He's integrated back with the first team. He's pictured with Reggie on today. I'm sure everyone's seen the pictures. So I think the signs are more pointing, and he maybe knows that he's done wrong. Apparently, he's hired a new PR sort of team.
Yeah.
So I reckon he'll be reworking his image as a Tottenham player, personally. I think he's probably sacked off his brother or on the quiet and gone, what have you done? You've completely ruined my legacy, possibly at Spurs. I was supposed to get my transfer to Man City. It wasn't done when I wanted it to be done. I just think whoever's advised him, I know it's him as well, but I think they know they've fucked it up big time. And I think he'll have to realise there's not enough time for us to find two replacements. I think he's going to have to come to terms with it until next season.
Not true. Because the deal, as you know, Matt, a deal can be done just like that. I mean, even a big deal like this, Matt, it's be done like that. You know what I mean?
I feel like Levy's learned his lesson from the bird. I hope he has, anyway.
Yeah. We've got Michael, my cousin. Yes, Mike. Cheers for coming in, pal. Well done on beating Man City. I'm going to say this now. I think with Lukaku signing, we are
I agree.
the complete squad this year. I think we will win the Premier League for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
Mike, I think that's what you're missing, a striker, because Timo Werner, absolute
I mean,
toilet.
if City were to get Kane, then I think it changes. But it
Yeah,
depends if
obviously.
City get a striker.
It depends who's more consistent this season. I think that's what it's going to be this season.
Yeah.
Who can go on that long run? What City done last year? Do you know what I mean? Chelsea definitely be up there in the running with City. But do you know what? I'm not roll Liverpool out at the minute. I really don't. If they can get all their players fit, keep them fit, I think they can. I reckon they'll be in there as well.
I think it's too
But
long.
yeah, Chelsea.
I think it's too long a season for Liverpool, especially if they get injuries. I think
I think
Chelsea have the better depth, and so does City. So I'll probably go Chelsea. To be honest, I'm actually quite scared of how they're going to do with a decent striker.
Then it all comes, Matt, into sending off select suspensions and injuries. We don't know what the season's going to throw. So I think between Chelsea and City, I think that's what it'll take. A couple of big injuries.
I'm not going to rule out United just from what I saw in the first game. I thought they looked really good.
Yeah, but we know what United can be like. They can just slope off as well.
But they have upgraded. They've upgraded the one position they really needed, which was the centre back, with a world class centre back. Like, he's not exactly bad.
No, exactly. We've got Derek say, keep Kane out until the window closes. I'd love to. Seriously. Just say, if you're not going, till this window closes, that's it, you're coming back in. Oh, Jesus. Because, seriously, Kane will be like a new sign anyway, Matt. You know what I mean? Having Kane back. Do you know what I mean? Because he'll be pissed off. He'll be
pissed off, but he'll act professional as well, I'm sure.
He'll act professional and he'll come back in and once he gets, and hopefully, as said, Matt, he'll get another striker in, and match his ambition. I think it's a bit too late in the window now, but just say, right, hopefully he can stay now. Let's match his ambition. Let's get another striker. Let's show him that we are flipping trying to get back into that top four this year. Got Ricky Villiers, HFC, Torre against Reggie. Sanchez could potentially notify that threat. Yeah, Reggie, we know his defending ability is not great. Going forward, he's exceptional.
Lucas Moura will help him out on that side. Like, he tracks back.
Yeah. But I think with the strength of Sanchez, hopefully he turns up against Sanchez and has a good game.
I also think Nuno knows that Wolves squad better than anyone. He'll know what Traore is about, and he'll know his kind of weaknesses and how you can play against him. He played with him for what, 2 years, 3 years?
Yeah. Derek says Kane will go on the cash plus Silva. You know what? I'll take Bernardo Silva. If it's under 20 million, under 30.
He's come out and said he
doesn't I know he doesn't want to think, but if that's the sort of deal we can do, Matt, can get over the line, Bernardo Silva, that's the sort of player we're missing. You know what I mean? Jake says, Simon, we're not winning the league. Liverpool's depth not strong enough if key players get injured. Yeah, but if you can add one or two, it's not. Don't rule yourselves out in the transfer market yet. So Matt, the threat we know it's going to come from Torre in it, and Jimenez looks like he's going to come back into the fold. We've got team news, Matt. Let's go to Wolves first. Let's go Wolves. They've got Bolly. That's a massive miss from him.
Yeah.
And this other one, Brunel. I think that's how you pronounce it. But I don't know this guy. Johnny's a good player for him as well.
Left wing back, Johnny.
Yeah, and
Mosquera.
I don't know him. Neto,
that's the one for me. Miss. He's quality. And Podence, he's a bit of a danger as well.
And Podence, he's another one. So they're all out.
Is that confirmed? They're definitely all out.
Definitely confirmed, they're all out. So maybe one of them, where was it? Is Johnny. Apparently it's 50-50, but he's on the out list at the minute. But all of these apparently have been confirmed. They're not playing Sunday. And if that's the case, Matt, that's our defence will have a bit of an easy afternoon. with not having no Neto or because Neto especially in it going down the wing. You know what I mean? We'll have Torre to come against Matt, and also we'll have Jimenez. It's great to see him back, mate. Isn't it? Great to see Jimenez back. I was listening to his interview the other day, saying he's heading the ball.
It was good, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was good. It was good, and it's good to see him back. Good to see he can play football still. And that's the key. He can play football still. That's brilliant.
I would, as much as I, want it. If I'm Spurs, I'd probably bully him quite a lot. See what he's about. See if he can really handle it.
Yes, because is this going to be his foot? No, he's played 1 or 2 in it
but I mean, against Leicester the other day, he didn't really look like he wanted to jump up for headers.
Yes, because it's going to be. It's that up there. It's up there. It's the mind, isn't it? It's playing with him.
So I'd probably stick. Yeah, I'd probably get stuck into him like Tanganga did from. You got to be as aggressive as that. We've got to go for them from the start, and I think we've got to be aggressive and be a little bit of a bully to him, and see if he's still got that Jimenez style in him, or if he's going to kind of shrink. Yeah,
absolutely. So there are some couple of big names there, mate. Even Bolly. I mean, it's a good defender for Wolves. Don't think their back line's not the same when he doesn't play with Cody. Do you know what I mean?
That'd probably be Cody and that. I think it's Saiz or Saiz.
Yeah. And he's a good player as well, Matt. He's not a bad defender. He's not a bad defender. And Johnny they'll miss as well. So there is maybe potential 4 players they could miss there, or who can get into that first team. I think they're like first team players. So then we get into the Tottenham team news, which it's not. It's just Harry Kane, personal reasons, and Ndombele coach decision. That's what it says. Both questionable though. They're not out. It's questionable. Matt, you have said it that you expect Harry Kane to be on the bench.
I think he could be on the bench possibly because I can't see him playing. I think he'll think Scarlett after last night. Just he's not quite there yet.
Yes.
So then I do think you need someone. I think Kane will be up for it. I think we've seen pictures of him in training, and they'll make their decision tomorrow. Apparently, he's training really well. So if he's doing that,
it all goes down, Matt. It all goes down, as we said in the back there, Matt. It all goes down as the deal been done. You know what I mean? So obviously Kane won't. If the deal's been done, Kane won't play. But why would Kane be training?
Yeah, exactly.
This is what I'm saying.
I think it's more. Is it more as his mindset's there? Is it into Spurs and into the Wolves game? Is that his full, concentration in that, or will there be that slight Man City? So I don't believe for a fact that he's not physically fit, because I believe he's been keeping himself fit probably while he's away.
If he wasn't right in the head to train, to play, things like he'll tell the club, I'm not in the right frame to train everything in a minute. I'm staying away. And that's how people get their moves, isn't it, Leicester? But with Harry Kane, we know he's a professional, Matt. We know he'll come back. He'll come back in the training. And if he does stay, we know he'll come back, mate. I think it'll take him a while. He'll be stressed about it, and he won't be happy about it at first. But I think once he gets over it, Matt, and gets firing again, and that'll be massive, Matt. That'll be like a new signing, keeping Harry Kane. I know everyone say, yeah, Vlahovic is a good player, Martin. Not Harry Kane's. They're not Harry Kane's in the Premier League. Do you know what I mean? You got to keep your best players, and I just hope we can. I really hope we can. I know a lot of people's not happy with how he's handled it. I'm not happy with the way he's handled it. We've talked about it before, Matt, isn't it? The way he's handled it, it's not right. Should have done it a different way. But
I think everyone makes mistakes, and if he can come back with I think he has to come out with a statement when this is all done, personally, and a bit of respect for the club. I'm sure the club will have something maybe in the work, or his PR team maybe think. For all we know, he may have been told, right, you're staying this season, you're going next year, we can go for 80 million or whatever.
You know what? I'll take that, Matt, because we can probably say, we can probably
have more money in the deal. We'll have more money in the transfer kitty next year with all the stadium sales.
The revenue, fingers crossed. There's no more lockdowns and things like that, and we can have full stadium for the season. We'll get a load of money in. We won't get the 150 we want for Harry Kane next season, but 100 million probably around it, and we can probably tap up Flash Rich during the season. And get a deal.
Or there might be someone else. You just don't
Might
know.
be someone else. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So yeah, it's not. We've got Ricky Willis saying that is good news for us. Michael says Harry Kane should hold his head in shame. He ain't being professional about trying to push through a move. He's gentleman rubbish. He thinks he has with Levy is rubbish. He has signed a 6-year contract, so should honour that. In my opinion, I think Levy should keep his phone turned off. Nice one, Michael. Coming. Yeah. I know he's signed a 6-year contract. I don't keep going about Harry Kane just quickly. I know he's signed a 6-year contract, but every player is entitled to want to go on to better things and want to win trophies. So, you can't stop him. But as we said, there's always other ways of dealing with it. So today, that's the questionables one. On Don Bailey, Matt, quickly. It's a weird one, isn't it, mate? Me and you was talking quickly as well about this at the back, saying Nuno has said that he's not at the right fitness levels, what they expect to play in the first team at a minute. That says it all at a minute, man.
Yeah, I think it's Tungi and Dombele. It's 4 managers now that haven't rated him, giving him chances. I'm sick and tired of him, to be honest, mate. I'm sick and tired of his attitude. It's the second summer or whatever. He's come out and said he wants to leave the club because he's not getting his own way. Why not just go pull your socks up? You're on 200 grand a week. You're not exactly on bad pay. You're a record signing. Go and get yourself fit and get yourself back in the team.
As what me and you said, there must be something wrong. Must be something wrong behind scenes. Why? Because Matt, what the pictures I've seen of him, he's like in his Spurs white shirt. He don't look overweight or nothing like that, Matt. But that don't tell you that he's not.
He may not look overweight, but when you watch him on the pitch, he doesn't bust his arse. He moves so lazy. He reminds me of when Berbatov used to move, but he's in striker. But this guy's in midfield. He has to move quicker. And
with Berbatov, Matt, he's in the same league, isn't it? He's like seems like Joe when you just get the ball. It's effortless, isn't it? It's like the slow motion sort of type player. And
you can't be like that in midfield. Unfortunately, you can't. Not in the Premier League, anyway.
But swing it the other way, Matt. He's qualities, isn't it? He's next to nothing.
But to be honest, he's shown us glimpses. But I've never seen him dominate a midfield game. For the price we paid for him, 65 million. I think Leon are laughing, to be honest.
Jake say Arsenal have just confirmed Ramsdale. They're in the mud, this team, I tell you. But I tell you what, they're all saying, but we've been wait till when we got Aubameyang back, Lacazette, Partey, Gabriel, and what do you think about that, Matt? On the day, mate, they're good players coming back for Arsenal, and they have got a good team there, but it's just I don't think they've got the right manager, Matt. And I don't care anyway. They're in the mud. We've got Aaron says, "Story boys, hope you're all good. How's it going, pal? Thanks for tuning in. Smash the like, guys. Subscribe if you already haven't. Share this channel out to all your friends, guys. Let's get us up to 1K. We are staggering very slowly, but we'll get there, Matt. We'll get there we'll get there one day. So, Matt, we're coming to the predicted lineup. I've got a lineup here, Matt. Actually, I can't. Where is it? It's here somewhere. It's here, Matt. I've gone with that. It's probably the team that will beat City in it.
Yeah, I'm in agreement. I don't think he'll change it personally, just because he's left them all at home last night. I think, yeah. Why fix it if it's not broke? Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely. You go with Hugo Lloris, the captain. Obviously we won't swap him for Goodwin at the minute. Especially going away at Wolves, isn't it? We need all the experience we can trying to get this. We've got to try and win this one. It's no, as we said earlier, mate. It's no good flipping going to City. being beaten City at home and going away at Wolves and losing it. I mean, just throws
I
everything.
win it
I
or
mean,
get a result at least. Do you know what I mean? But I think it won't be easy. It'll be Wolves' first home game. The fans will be back. It's not going to be easy.
but Matt, it'll be great to get 3 points here and we go home
brilliant.
to Watford and get a good start. Arsenal got Chelsea next and City. It looks like they may potentially not have no points and we'll have 9. You know what I mean? And this is why, Matt. I'm not saying because I want to finish above Arsenal. I mean, I don't care about Arsenal.
No,
Do you know what I mean?
I want to finish. I want us to get good momentum through, because we always start off slowish.
Yeah. And then once all that's finished, Matt, the transfer window's gone. Harry Kane possibly stayed.
Well, imagine if we got all this momentum and then kind of Kane stayed, he comes back in, then
and a couple more players get into that as well, Matt. You know what I mean?
A couple more signings come in, we could be up there again.
There was, I think, Tommy did say earlier that he said he will start Romero, but I don't think he will. Not in this game.
I personally think after last night, I think he needs I think he'll play the home game against Paco Ferreira or whatever they are.
Yeah, Paco Ferreira, yeah.
I think he's going to ease him in. I don't think you can drop one of Dyer or Sanchez. They've had 2 clean sheets in a row. They've one against Arsenal and one, really good performance against Man City.
Fantastic performance.
I personally wouldn't change it. That's
And even I was watching the Big Six with Turkish and Big Steve and Toads and all that. And Big Steve, the City fan, seriously, mate, big him up, mate. Seriously, fantastic. I mean, he said he was at the game and he said, Black, for the first 10, 15 minutes, I mean, we had you. You know what I mean? But he said after that, you got going, especially the second half. He said, very impressed with the pressing, the way you played, the aggressiveness as well. He said Lucas was fantastic. He said Bergwijn was. He said he's just the best he's seen him play. I mean, so it's good to see a City fan point of view about it. I mean, he said, so it's great.
It's like I say, I think if we keep the defence simple, like if crosses just keep coming in the box, Dyer's really good at defending with headers, and he's just not very good at the advanced defending when he gets spun in behind. But that's maybe why Sanchez might complement him quite well, because he's got pace and Dyer can, help direct him with that little bit of more experience he's got, especially playing for Spurs.
Absolutely, pal.
I think, give these guys a chance. Apparently Nuno loves Sanchez from what I've heard. And he, I'd love to see a back three of maybe Dyer, Sanchez and Romero, or if we don't get another centre back in, and then maybe have Reggie on and, well, I'd still say Tanganga, to be honest, as right wing back, because from what I saw of Doherty last night, he can go as well.
Or shove a Sononchu in there from Leicester. We won't get back a Sononchu. No. I like Sononchu as well as a defender.
Kurt Zuma, would you take him?
No.
Linked with him, 25 million.
We'll come back to Zoom in a minute, Matt. Just get these things in. Aaron says just tweeted the link. Nice one, pal. Thank you very much, pal. Absolutely fantastic. Appreciate that, pal. Derek says Arsenal preparing for life in the Championship. Yeah, because he took Bournemouth down, Sheffield United down. Yeah. Jesus Christ! If that was happened, wow.
We're gonna pop the champagne, man. I will laugh.
Aaron says, can't argue with that lineup. Thank you, pal. Michael says Tottenham this season should just concentrate on league, get back into the top 6. That should be your main goal, in my opinion. Play your youngsters in cup games, and if you get to semis of the any cup, then play your strong team, but keep your main players fit. But the only thing about that, Matt, Mike, I agree with most of it, but what I think with the playing the youngsters up to, like, if you get to the semis, then that means more gameplay for these for our big stars. You know what I mean? You might as well just keep them going. You know what I mean? Keep the youngsters going and have them on the bench. You know what I mean? It's unfair on the youngsters getting us to a semi-final. Sorry, lads, we're going to bring in the big guns now. Do you know what I mean? So, but I can see where you're coming from, Mike. Nice one for your comment there, mate. So, Tommy, if you're still in the chat, mate, I think, and me and Matt agrees, it's come a bit too early for Romero, especially against his performance against the last night. Wasn't great. I think there's more to come from him, much more to come from him. We'll see a good defender in Romero. I saw glimpses last night.
I think he'll be on the bench.
Yeah, probably on the bench, Matt. Yeah, I would say if he's fit enough, I think he will be. But the one I like to see on the bench against Wolves, Brian Hill, is seriously, absolutely. I think that sort of game, he can come on for the last 20 minutes of saying, and if we need a goal, we're saying goal. We need to change game.
Yeah.
He's the sort of player who can. I can see a bit of a David Silva about him, Matt. What he did at City. I mean, very young, and this is what's so good about it. I mean, very young. It's like that we've been linked today, Matt, and tonight with that Papa Sarr from Metz. 18 years old. It looks a great talent, mate. Great talent, and apparently we are in notifications with him. But
done, isn't it? Near enough.
If you want to believe them sources, yes, Matt, you are correct.
Hey, I'll tell you what, mate. If it means one of Winks or fucking Sissoko or Ndombele's out, then he can come in. I'll tell you that.
Absolutely.
Can't be any worse.
Absolutely, matey. We've got Aaron says, I'm in the minority, but I'm happy to get knocked out of all cups ASAP and make sure a proper run out and top 4. Seriously, people drawing us out this top 4 at the minute. I'm not going to say let's go for top. I want to see who we bring in. I want to go to the end of the window. Then I will make a decision, see if we can. We've got the team, the squad.
I think we could.
Yeah, absolutely. That's where the money is these days. Exactly, Aaron. Because as what me and Matt was talking about, there's 2 players, Kunde and Torres. Is it Torres from Villarreal? They don't want to come to us because we're not Champions League.
Just
imagine if we was in the Champions League.
Yeah.
The
Top 4
team
in
will
this
have.
modern era is pretty much a trophy. It really is, because it's where you buy the big players. They all want to play in it.
Absolutely. So can't attract proper players. Yes, absolutely. Exactly what you just said there, mate. We can't attract them. And that's what me and Max just said there. Imagine the team we'll have if it was in the Champions League now.
I'd love a good run in the FA Cup.
Wow.
I would.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's mine and Matt's predicted lineup. We are going to go on to, we're going to predict the rest of the games for the weekend. So we have covered the preview. We have covered certain bits on Harry Kane. Me and Matt's getting tired of it. I know I am. And I think Matt is as well. We're just getting tired of this.
I'll just turn it off. Guys. Like, if it's on Twitter, I'll just go, I'm moving on.
My God,
or Sky Sports, I'm not watching that.
I just want it. Just come out and say, same story, same. Oh, they're coming back. I don't want to hear it. I just want to hear if they're not going to come back or not. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely not.
I have to say that resort he stayed on looked amazing, though.
And Brett says, "Your money, leave his wallet." We're used to that. We are absolutely used to that. Derek says, "It's about time we won an FA Cup." Yeah, 1991. Absolutely, a long time ago. And Spursy 141, thanks for tuning in. Score prediction. We're going to get into that because we're going over now. We're going over to the predictions, and our predictions are in the weekend predictions.
Follow me on Twitter earlier. I think that's pretty sure he followed me.
Yeah. So far, guys, thanks for everyone who's coming to the comments so far. Stay in here, guys. Keep commenting away, guys. Throw us some questions if you've got any questions to ask us. Smash the like, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you already ain't, and get everyone else to subscribe. It's free of charge, guys. Remember that. Remember when you say it's free of charge, it doesn't cost nothing to subscribe, guys. So that's the lineup, guys. And let's get into the predictions, Matt. So the first at the weekend, Matt. What's the first game at the weekend? Did we say?
I believe it's the Liverpool game. I believe
the Liverpool, yes.
Kickoff.
And we've got Jake. Is Jake still in here? Jake, if you're still in here, pal, is he in the back? I said he can come on for the prediction. Jake, if you're still in the chat, mate, press on the link and you can come and join us for his predictions. David says Pavatici is looking like his hands are tied. Same old Spurs as Levy's running the show. Absolutely. And Dave says from behind the curtains, Levy out. This is a dreadful transfer window so far, with only one major loan signing and 2 young signings with potential. Absolutely, we need to get our skates on. Yes, we have got him. There he is, Matt. There he is.
Hello.
Uh,
Hello.
yes, Jake. How's it going, pal?
How are we?
Not too bad. How's
Not
it
bad,
going,
mate.
Jake?
I'm all right. I'm good. I'm feeling good. Ready to hopefully get, 10 out of 10 predictions for the weekend. Well, hope.
So, Jake, I got mine and Matt's predictions there. Just shout out your one every time we'll go to one, and you can shout your one as well. Michael, if you want to just come on for the Chelsea prediction only. The link is right up the top. Go up to the top, and you can, when it's a Chelsea one, you can come on for the Chelsea one. We still should beat Wolves. David, thanks for that, pal. So, Matt, the first one you said it is the Liverpool. It's Jake's team.
Yeah.
And Matt's prediction is this. It's gone for 3-1 to Liverpool. And I've gone for 2-1. I think it'll be tight, this. Me personally, I think it'll be a real tight game because Burnley, they do like going to Anfield. I know they're not the same what they're used to the last couple of years, but they do like a trip to Anfield. Jake, done you last year? Was it?
No, they beat us at home last season, and they drew the year before. So
So it's Sean Dyche. It gets them going. It gets the big hard to beat, and we always find it out.
I personally think it's a good time to play Burnley though, because normally at the beginning of the season they're not as good as they are when they get 10 games in. So that's why I think Liverpool will win pretty comfortably. I just think Burnley may nick a set piece goal or a scrappy sort of goal that Sean Dyche would score.
Yeah, absolutely. Jake, have you got any team news for this game here? As you're a Liverpool fan, have you got any team news to tell everyone? Or
I think the majority of people are still available. Robertson's back in training already from his ankle ligament damage.
Wow,
but
Jesus Christ!
It's too soon for the weekend. There's just one absence. I think Fabinho's going to miss because it got released today from his wife on Twitter that he's fine.
Yeah,
so condolences go out to him. But yeah, I think from what I've heard today, from what Klopp said, he's not going to be playing tomorrow because he's with his family and stuff like that. But I think that's the only absence we've got, I think, and Robertson.
Yeah, absolutely. So Jake, I'm just looking for. It is there. Sorry, I'm just talking to my cousin Michael. If you scroll down, actually, you probably missed it. I don't think I can send it back out on there either because I'm on my phone as well. I can't get the link back over. If you scroll right to the top, it's right to the top. You see Premier Hotspur TV and Jake's news, obviously, because he's come on now. So it is up there, Mike. Just go right to the top, scroll right to the top, and it's up there. Premier Hotspur TV, and you'll see the link where it says Premier Hotspur TV. So yeah, I've gone for 2-1. I think it'll be tight. I really do. It'll be tight. I think Liverpool win it. I think they'll have a bit too much. Matt, you went for 3-1. Do you think this is going to be a walk in the park for Liverpool?
Yeah, no, I do. I just think Liverpool first came back at Anfield. I think it's going to be rocking. So yeah, no, I just think Liverpool are going to win pretty comfortably. I think Burnley. It's the time you want to play Burnley for me when they're just starting their season. The last couple of seasons they've been shaky and look like getting relegated the first 5 or 6 games, and then they get a couple of good results and build around that. So I just think it's a good time to play Burnley.
Absolutely, mate. You got Dars. Yes, Dars. Thanks for coming in, pal. He says Spurs 2, Wolves 1. Victoria and him. Was that? Victoria and Jimenez are very scared. Yeah, they're the main threat for him. Derek's gone for 1-0 Burnley, like what it was last year. I'll work strong match prediction. I think with the whole squad fit, Liverpool will win. Just play Jota, Firmino, and Salah, and Salah bench Mane. Wow. He's a 2-0. So Jake, yeah, you had the final say on it, mate. As a Liverpool fan, big game for you. It's going to be a tough, isn't it? I don't think it'll be a walk in the park for you, mate. Sean Dyche will come. He'll make it hard for you. But you should have the firepower up top in it. You got the defence nearly back now and it all fully fit, and so I would expect Liverpool, nothing but a Liverpool win, but it'll be very tight, Jake. We've lost Jake. Yeah. So guys, we've lost Jake, so we'll just carry on. So the next game up, guys, is the Aston Villa versus Newcastle.
Oh, hello. Can you hear me?
I've got yeah, I can hear you, pal. Yeah.
Sorry, I pressed the wrong button. Yeah, I agree with Matt. I think it'll be 3-1. Burnley do have a habit when they come to Anfield, even when we've beaten them, whatever, they do tend to go 1-0 up quite a lot at Anfield. So I think Burnley will actually go 1-0 up, but I think as the game goes on, I think we'll dominate. First game back with fans as well, with full crowds. I think that will help us massively. So yeah, I agree with Matt. I think 3-1. I think it'll be comfortable, but I think Burnley will go 1-0 up and just deal with it. Yeah, I think that was a bit of drama or whatever.
All right, yeah, Mike. I'll see you in the back when Chelsea comes on, mate. We'll bring you on for the Chelsea one. Matt's prediction for Aston Villa versus Newcastle. Matt's gone with a 2-1 Villa. 2-1 Villa. Matt's gone with, and I've gone with the same Matt. I've gone with 2-1 as well. I think this will be a good game. I think this will be a good game. I think Villa coming off that shock against Watford, but it's not really a shock, is it? Because these newly teams, they always come alive at the first game of the season, the first couple of games. I think they caught Villa off guard, isn't it, with that victory. I think Villa will bounce back. They've got Danny Ings up top. I think he'll do well for Aston Villa. I think once Leon Bailey gets into it as well, that Bondia as well from Norwich, I think once he gets into it, I think it'll be a good sign as well. But Newcastle have signed only one player, but I think it's a good sign. Joe Willock, fantastic sign. I think this guy will score goals. So Matt, you're going with 3-1, mate. Going with 2-1. Sorry. You think this will be an entertaining game, mate?
Yeah, I just think from what I saw against West Ham, I thought Newcastle actually played some good stuff. I thought St. Maximin looked very lively on the ball. I think Callum Wilson's. He's got the number 9 now for Newcastle. You know, they don't give the number 9 easily, but he's a goal scorer, and I actually like Callum Wilson. I think he's a good player. But I think Villa will just have a bit too much with Buendia, Bailey to come on. But yeah, they looked a bit shaky at the back the other day against Watford, so that's why I think they'll concede. But no, I fancy Danny Ings to maybe at least get one. And then maybe like a Konza goal from a corner or something like that.
Oh, there you go. So Matt's gone with 2-1. I've gone exactly the same. I've gone with 2-1. And I think Callum Wilson, I think he'll send Newcastle one up. I think they'll come out the breaks because with Newcastle with their attack, they've got good attack in it. Going forward, I think it's their back line is a bit dodgy. I think Villa then will come into it because you know what Danny Ings is like. He's a fantastic player up top. And I think he'll get a brace tomorrow, Danny Ings. I think we'll end up 2-1. Jake, what did you say, mate, of Aston Villa versus Newcastle?
You lot have gone. I'll go 2-0. I think Villa will win. I think Newcastle played well in patches last week, but I just think they look vulnerable at the back and they've not really made any real signs. Obviously, they'll have Joe Willock back as well. That may obviously improve that, because if Newcastle did what they did last season and just sit, you know, Brucey, as Newcastle fans call it, Brucey ball, you know, two banks of 4, yeah, they'll just be low. I think for Newcastle fans, they've always been hindering that relegation sort of teams like Burnley and stuff like that. So it's the case for Newcastle is these are the sort of games, obviously when they play City, us, Spurs, etc. They're not the decisive games. It's when they play Burnley, Brighton, Watford, Brentford. That'll be the games where they'll say, right, that's where they normally do all right, and it's normally the last 10 games in the season where they pick up a few wins here and there that gets them out of it, really. So, but I think Villa will win tomorrow. I'll go 2-0 Villa.
Wow. There you go. 2-0 Villa from Jake. Derek saying a 1-1 draw. Dar says, do you think they should sell Mane, Jake? Wow. There you go. And David says Aston Villa's players need to gel quickly, but I say they should have enough to beat Newcastle. Who am I tipping to be relegated or close to relegation at the end of the season? Wow. Adrian says 2-2, both ropey in defence last week. Yes, I totally agree. David says Villa have a good team, but of course they need to gel because there's quite a few new players in the team off the back of the money they've made from. Yeah, I totally agree because like Spurs, isn't it? When we got that money from Bale, we got all them players and why did Arsenal sell Willock? He's better than it's a crazy sale. Even some of their fans are saying it's a crazy sale. That sorry guys, Dar saying it's going to be 2-1 Villa. David says we could have signed Ings for 25 million. What a steal! We could have got a Danish centre back pairing of Anderson and Vestergaard for 30 million. What a waste of a transfer window. I won't say a waste of transfer yet. I think it'll be a good transfer window still. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, we can get 1 or 2. I think there's something piping behind
I've heard
scenes
3.
at the minute.
That's what I've heard. I've heard 3 more are coming. So
there you go. So on to the next one, guys. Then Crystal Palace versus Brentford. Matt's gone for 2-1 Brentford. He's gone for it. He's Palace at home. Wow, he's gone for 2-1 Brentford. And what did I go with? Where is it? I've gone for 1-1. Me personally, I think it's going to be a 1-1 draw. It's going to be one lane games. Brentford. I think they played a very bad Arsenal side, but they took the goals well. I think they're really good against Arsenal, but against Palace though away, I think if Palace get going, their attacking threat is brilliant, isn't it? Palace's they've got a really good attacking threat. They're a bit dodgy, a bit cagey at the back, but especially at home, they're really good at opening it with their attacking. So I'll say 1-1 in this. Matt, you gone with 2-1 Brentford. Wow.
Yeah. No, I like what I saw from Brentford the other night. I know it was only against Arsenal, but they press very high. They've got a good style of football. They've got Canos on the wing. They've got Tony. They've got Mwepo. I think they're going to be a nuisance. And from what I saw, I know it was against Chelsea, but Palace really didn't offer much. They didn't really keep the ball that well. And I think Vieira's trying to create a new brand of football to Palace, and I don't think they're quite adjusting yet. And I think it will take them quite a few games. So, I fancy Brentford to give them a bee sting.
Oh, like they did against Arsenal.
Yep.
Well, Matt thinks it's going to be Brentford with continuing their winning streak. Jake, who are you going to go for, pal?
Difficult game to call. Obviously, you'd expect a reaction from Palace. Obviously, they got absolutely battered by Chelsea. But I'm going to agree with Matt. I think Brentford will win. I've got a feeling a 1-0 Brentford. That's what I've got a gut feeling Brentford will win 1-0.
Wow.
I've got a feeling
so
they've got a
Jake,
season United. I've got a feeling.
So both Jake and
Sheffield
Matt's
United.
gone with. Yeah, what Sheffield United did, when they first come up, they done a really quite a good season. They surprised people. So wow. Anran says 1-1. Michael says 2-2. Dave said we need a couple of centre backs to partner Romero. I do fear for Palace this season. Bob Spur TV. Yes, Bob's. Thanks for joining in, pal. Get over to Bob Spur TV, guys. Subscribe to him, guys. 3 coming in. Take a pick from the 657 players we've been linked with this window, mate. Yeah, absolutely. But Bob's, I do think there is something brewing, mate. I really do think. I don't think that's it. You know what Daniel Levy is like, guys. He's like it all the time. He's up to something.
I think it might have been a wake-up call last night, to be honest.
Yes, absolutely. With Paratici, he was there in it, and watching behind there. Dave said Brentford looked very organised, but we will see against Palace if that performance against Arsenal was a false down. Yes, we'll see that. Aaron says Bob Spur TV, all right, Bobbies. Dar saying 2-0 Palace, thinks Sahar will turn up. David says B Sting, laugh out loud. Michael Mab says 2-0 to the Bees. Derek saying 2-1 Brentford. Mr. Durham, how are you this fine evening? Let's get on to the next game then, guys. Let's crack through it. Leeds versus Everton. This is Matt's prediction. I wonder what he's gone for. Oh, he's gone for a 2-1 at Leeds. A comeback for that slaughtering at Old Trafford. And what did I go for? Let's see. I've gone for the opposite. I've gone for 2-1 Everton.
Oh,
wow. I expect Everton to continue this run under Benitez. I think having Rafa Benitez at a football club like Everton, I think it'll be fantastic. I think it'll be better than having someone like Ancelotti there. I think Rafa will get it going. And he plays some all right football, but he's a bit more defensive sort of type, innit? He likes to go 1-0 up sort of type Rafa and keep it nice and tight. And I think this is how it's going to go tomorrow, I reckon. I think they'll go a goal up, Leeds will get a goal back, and I think Everton will just nick it, me personally. With Calvert-Lewin and with Charlison. So Matt, you went with 2-1 Leeds. Wow.
Yep.
After that hammering after the United game, mate. You expecting Leeds to jump back into it?
No, yeah, I expect Leeds to maybe make a couple of changes. I think Calvin Phillips may come back in. He really is a heart on the midfield. He brings a lot of energy, breaks up the play. Yeah, I just think they're going to not want to lose, especially at Ellen Road. Fans back. I think they're going to be right on at Everton, and I think they'll have. I think they'll play their high pressing game, and I think they're going to press Everton to death. So I think Leeds will win. I think Rafinha will have a good game. Yeah,
absolutely. They've got some fantastic players, Matt, and they've got Rafinha, Phillips, Bamford up top as well. Do you know what I mean? They've got good players now. They've got good attacking players. They know where the goal is, and they're not too bad. We saw it against Robin against United, but United were good. They looked good at the weekend. Yeah. I mean, don't take the credit away from United how they played. You know what I mean? Jake, I've gone for 2-1 Everton. Matt's gone with the opposite, 2-1 to Leeds. Who do you fancy?
I promise you, I haven't spoken to Matt about any of the predictions, but I'm going to go with Matt again. I think 2-1 Leeds.
Whoa, what's going on here? What's going on here? Go on, Jake.
Came back with fans in the Premier League with full Allen Road. Probably not a great place to go in terms of if you're an away team. And I think they'll get over just the way the Leeds play. They'll lose 5-1 one week and they'll win 5-1 the next week. So I'll go with Leeds. I think 2 or 3-1. I'll go 2-1, but I think it'll be Leeds win.
Wow, he's gone for 2-1 as well. So in the comments here, we've got Aaron says, good mate. Got a bunch of new vids of the granddaughter in Japan. You and Aaron, mate, and I know what you mean. 2-0 Leeds. Derek says, Matt, just you want to talk about the Leeds.
Yeah. Let's have a look at the comments. Someone says 2-0 Everton. I just don't think Leeds have a good defence still. 2-1 Everton. I think a few people have gone for Everton to win. I think they're saying Leeds may not have a good enough defence. Yeah.
So, mate, I'm back now, matey. Thanks for that cover, Matt. I was gone for 2-0 Everton. Derek Hutchinson said opposites, mate. Dar says I just don't think Leeds have a good defence still. 2-1 Everton. Michael's gone for Everton as well. Sorry, guys. I mean, they're not copying me. Do you know what I mean? they haven't seen my predictions. I mean, Tottenham in advanced talks with Papa Sarr. Believe it or not, I mean, I don't until he's flipping holding that shirt up. You know what I mean? But a good player. This guy. City are after him. Madrid are after him. So, sorry lads, that was a comment for Bob. Didn't mean, not a problem, pal. So where we're up to, was up to the Leeds game, guys, isn't it? Yeah. City versus Norwich. 3-0 for Matt. He thinks it'll be a walk in the park, this one.
Yeah.
I've gone for 4. I think they're going to be upset, lose against us the way they did. And I think they will just take it out of Norwich. Poor Norwich. I think they'll just get absolutely hammered at the weekend. Matt, we'll come to you first. You said 3-0, mate. You see a hammering there, mate.
Yeah, I think they're going to dominate the ball, City. I didn't really see much from Norwich, especially in the game against Liverpool. Liverpool didn't even really have to come out first or even second gear. I think City will score 1 or 2, maybe slot back into second or third gear, and then just get a third, and that'll be and it's a nice game for them to have after the loss to Spurs. But you never know, it's the Premier League. But no, I think City would just have way too much, even without a striker.
Yeah, me personally, I saw this game. I thought, this is going to be a hump. You know what City are like against these sort of teams? They don't hold up, do they? They don't give them a chance. They absolutely just go for the throat. And the way they played against us for the first 20 minutes, Pep would have been happy. But the rest of the game, I think Tottenham, we did boss it. And I think they'll be annoyed. I think they'll come back and I'll just take it out on Norwich. To me, I can see Grealish get the goal in this game.
Yeah.
I think
you'll see Stones or Laporte back rather than Ake, personally.
Yeah, because they've got De Bruyne, they've got Walker, they've got Laporte to come back. I mean, Stones, bundle of talent. I mean, Bernardo Silva's on the bench as well. So they've got an array of talent. But you don't know. Premier League do throw up every now and then a surprise. Jake, could this be the surprise?
Doesn't get any easier for Norwich, does it? Liverpool first game. I think you're being kind with 3. I think it'll be 5. I think it'll be 5. I think it'll be absolutely
wow.
5-0. I think Norwich will have probably about 15% of the ball. I think it'll be 5. I can't see anything less than 5 for Norwich.
Oh dear. 5-0. So Jake's gone with 5-0. I've gone with 4. And Matty has gone with
I was trying to
3.
be nice to the Norwich fans, that was all.
But it could be that. It really could be 5 as well. You know what I mean? Dave says Ondombele has asked to leave. Yes, he has. Read into that as much as you want. I mean, because I've seen pictures of him, the back of Son's back, laughing his head off. Who do you believe in this journalists and these reports, sources, and too many people just throwing out sources on Twitter? Do you know what I mean? We don't know who to believe.
Giving up now.
yeah, that's it, Matt. That's it, pal. Dave's on 12-0. 12-0.
12-0.
Derek's gone with 5. Aaron said 2 to City. So is Darcy said 2 as well. So everyone's gone with the City win. No one's given Norwich a chance, have they, to cause an upset? Because you don't know. You just don't know. David says they're looking at Papa Sarr right now, and he looks like a very decent DM. He's very good, apparently, this guy. I've seen him a couple of times.
Is he defensive midfield or is he a
defensive? Yeah, defensive. So he'll give Skip a run for his money. You know what I mean? And Pierre as well. So the next one is Brighton versus Watford. He's back to his hometown. He's back Brighton to win. And what did I go for? I went with 2-0. Brighton. I can't see Watford scoring, but you don't know. To me, I think that was a bit of a freak result against Villa. but they caught Villa off guard there. Maybe that's what someone said. When you got 2 or 3 players who just come in, they've got to gel together and things like that. And I can see Brighton continue their good win against Burnley away, and they've got a good team. Brighton got some good players. With Basuma. Basuma's a fantastic player. That striker up top, what's his name?
Mumpe,
yeah, it's a good band. And they got that McAllister. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah. Alexi McAllister. Yeah.
Is he somewhere from South
He's
America?
actually Scottish, but he was born in Argentina or something like that as well.
Yeah. Because I heard someone talking about him earlier and said, "What a fantastic talent!" He said, Brighton's got a fantastic talent." Yeah. So yeah, I think Brighton will have a bit too much for Watford at home. Matt, you went with 2-1. You think Brighton could concede?
Yeah, I'm actually going to tomorrow's game. So it'll be my first football match in a year and a half.
Judas.
Got offered the ticket. I'm not turning it down.
Jake, he's not in the other room today. He's got a Brighton flag in his other room.
No, they're close. They're close. I live with loads of Brighton fans, but no, I just want to go for the football atmosphere. They play good football. To be fair to them, I just worried when I watched them against Burnley. They really got bullied, especially from corners. Burnley probably should have scored at least 2. And I think Watford are quite a dangerous team. I think they will score. I think Ismaila Sarr's a very good player. I quite like the look of that Dennis.
I'll take Sarr at Tottenham, but not for the price they want. They want 40, 50 million. I wouldn't pay that.
No,
it's good. He's good, but I don't think he's worth that.
I think 30 would be fair.
Pereira as well. Pereira, he's a good player.
But yeah, no, I think it will be a good game, but I just think Brighton will have too much, especially with I think it will be quite a good atmosphere tomorrow, hopefully, and I'm looking forward just to go and watch a football match again. So yeah, and it's cheaper than going to watch Spurs. So
there you go, then. There you go. Michael says Papa Sai is not a Kante. Laugh at that. He's only 18 though. You never know. Never know.
People didn't even hear of Kante until he came to the Premier League. So you just never know.
Aaron says tough one. He goes for 1-1 draw. 0-0. Michael says. Derek says 1-0 Watford. To stuff it up. Potter. Dar says Brighton 2-1. Dave says I didn't realise Papa Sarr was so good. So I'm wondering why anyone else hasn't come in for him.
We haven't got him yet.
That I think he's correct what he says there. When they say Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, City's after him, why don't these clubs literally go and get the deal then? It does. It plays in the back of your head, doesn't it? Dar says we'll look for Matt in the stands on the TV. Derek says Matt just wants to meet Harry Potter. Jake, we was on about an upset. Could Norwich do it against Sea? Could Watford go away? Have they got it in them to go away and get a result against Brighton?
I think it'd be a draw. I think I don't know, Matt will probably know better, but I think last season Brighton drew a lot of games. I swear.
He does. Matt, he follows Brighton more on top than this guy. I tell you, he knows it.
Their XG, according to Opta, if they would have scored, if they would have got the goals they needed, they would have come fourth, allegedly last season. But that's just stats, isn't it? But they need a striker, most definitely.
Yeah. I swear there was something that happened last year when they beat you lot at home. It was the first time they won at home for like a year or something, wasn't it? When they beat you at home, 1-0.
Mate, it's not hard to beat Spurs last year, was it? Let's be honest.
Oh, come on, Jake. Don't dig up that one. Come on.
He had to bring it up. He loved it.
He had to bring it up. He was waiting for it. He's got there on his little note. He's got his little notepad there, isn't it? Bring that one up.
To be fair, I swear Liverpool lost 5 games at Anfield last season, and was it like 3 or 4 games in a row at Anfield, and it's like hasn't been done in like 70 years or something. Was that last season?
It was 6 in a row.
Yeah, there you go. He's gone quiet now. That's all you have to say to
it. Yeah. So Jake, you gone for a draw, 0-0, 1-1, or what will you go for?
1-1. I think it'd be 1-1 or 0-0. I hope for Matt's sake it's not a 0-0. If he's going to a game, that it's not a boring 0-0.
Yeah, I know.
I say about Ismail Assar. I think we actually tried to get him before we got Jota, but Watford are asking about 50 million up front.
Yeah, there was Jake.
No
Yeah, because I think Spurs inquired about it, and then
He's
the
not
figures
worth
were
that.
no, absolutely not. So Jake's
go
gone with a 1-1. I went with 2-0, and Matt's gone with 2-1. And the next one, guys, this one, Matt's gone with Southampton versus United. He's gone with 2-0 to Manchester United. And what did I go with on this one? I went 3-1. I think United's going to absolutely stuff them. I think with the Vestergaard not at the back now, that's going to be weaker at the back for him. No Danny Ings, but Armstrong. We was on about Armstrong, and me and Matt the other day we was laughing about it. But hey, he got a goal last week on his
I'll tell you
debut.
what, he looked pretty tasty. I'm not even gonna lie.
Not bad in and around the box, Armstrong. Yeah, he's quite handy to have in and around the box. Is he a Danny Ings though? No, I don't think he can get that many goals. But they look weak. Southampton. I'm going to go with United's going to pressure them. Absolutely, I can see Fernandes going to get another probably one, maybe two. And Greenwood, I think Greenwood's going to start again, and I think he'll bag one as well. So I've United very comfortably. So Matt, what did you go for? Sorry, mate, you went for 2. You went for 2-0.
2-0. I think Southampton will try and hang in there as best they can, but I think United, it will be a dominant performance, but I just don't think they're going to score loads. But I think it will just be enough. They may drop back into, cruise mode a bit, and maybe try and rest a couple of players, if they're cruising. But I think they'll win quite comfortably. I just think it will only be 2-0. Yeah,
absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Jake. Matt's gone with 2-0 United. I've gone for 3-1. I think they'll destroy them. Me personally, because Southampton just look weak at the minute. Could this be an upset? We'll go to you again, Jake. I know you don't like United. It's a bit of bias for him. We've got to watch this one, Matt, because it could be Southampton winner. Taking your Liverpool out of Jake. What do you reckon?
If I take my Liverpool hat off, I'll go. If I think United, they tend to go 1-0 down a lot away from home and be 1-0 down at half time. Then
they'll come back.
They'll switch it on and they'll just go win 2-3-1. So if I'm taking my Liverpool hat off, I'd probably say 3-1 United. If I've got my Liverpool hat on, I'll go 1-1. I don't know. I've got to predict something to go against our rivals.
So what one are you going for? 1-1?
Go on, I'll go 1-1. I'll put a
Oh, he's gone with 1-1. He thinks Southampton's going to get a draw here. Aaron says 3-0 United. Derek says 4-0 United. Michael says, does that mean 2-2 United? Will be all right. 2-2. He thinks 2-2. He said United go 2 up. David says, please, Paratici, get Papa Sarr. I'm really impressed with the young man. Oh, look, David loves this guy. Dar says should be a win for United, 3-0. David says Greenwood is looking well. Bolt up on steroids for this season. Dar says I think Southampton will get relegated. Wow. Yeah, I do worry about if they don't get the recruitments in this until the end of the window. I do worry about Southampton. And we'll go on to the next one. It's our one. It's Wolves versus Tottenham, and Matt's gone with 2-1 to Tottenham, and I think I went for the same scoreline, Matt. I think I went for the same scoreline, 2-1. Matt, we'll come to you first, mate. 2-1. You've gone for, mate. Tight. It's going to be a very tight game, yeah?
I think it will be a tight game. They normally are against Wolves when we have some good games. I just think I feel like we may go in control and go 1 or 2-0 up, and then I think they're going to score, and then it's going to be a bit of a nervy last 5 minutes. But we're all used to that. So, yeah, I just think we may have enough, especially if they're injuries as well. I think if we can stop Traore and maybe stop Jimenez, I think they're the two. I really do. I think especially if you can stop Traore, because then the crosses aren't going to be coming in the box.
got
And
got
Jimenez
Ruben
straight
Neves
in
still,
the
isn't it?
air.
They've got
Yeah,
the
but
midfield still. They've got
I
Ruben
think
Neves and
Pierre
Matinho and
I think Pierre and Skip,
good players,
you know,
good footballers.
they are good footballers, but
Um,
I think if you press them, they're old. You know, especially Matinho, he's a bit older now. I think get Skip on him and get some tackles flying in at him, and don't give them time on the ball. That's what I wouldn't say, because if you give Neves or Matinho that space on the ball, they'll pick a pass all day long. But I think we've got to try and stop Traore trying to break on the counter or on that. Someone's got to help Reguilon out.
Yeah, absolutely. I've gone with 2-1 same as Matt. Every time we've been away to these sort of teams, we always go a goal down. I expect Tottenham to go a goal down again. Unless it'll be interesting to see how we attack this game from the start, because I said from the other day, Matt, Nuno likes to start from the start, or impress teams, hit them from the start. And if we do that against Wolves, they could be in trouble. You know what I mean? But if they don't, I think Wolves will go one up. I really do. And I think Spurs would come back into it. I think the front three. We could put Dele into a front four as well, and I think that'd be too strong, especially in the second half, because we saw the energy levels in the second half against City, Matt. It was unbelievable. Seriously, we went right up to 94 minutes, and like Lo Celso and Davinson Sanchez are hitting
tackles flying in, but good tackles as well. Not
fantastic.
bad. Yeah,
fantastic. So yeah, so I say we'll go a goal down. I think well, and then we'll claw it back. 2-1. Jake, Spurs versus Wolves. After a very good performance against City, especially in the second half. Fantastic. It was. Do you know what what me and Matt was pleased about? With the intensity levels, with the energy levels, we lasted the whole game instead of like under Jose, 65 minutes, we're tired, legs are gone, and we did lose a lot of points. So how do you think this game's going to go? Do you think Wolves can at least get a point here, or do you think Spurs will be just a bit too strong?
It's tough. I think it'd be a tight game. I don't see many goals in it, if I'm being completely honest. Obviously, Nuno going back to the Molineux as well. I presume he had his press conference today. Has he said he's looking forward to going back, or what's he said about going back to Wolves so early on? What's he sort of said?
He'll be happy. He'll be looking forward to it. He'll be looking forward.
Yeah,
he should get a good reception.
He's looking forward to the reception. He's got the respect of the Wolves fans, and I think he is looking forward to it. Yeah.
And the thing is, Jake, in the press conference as well, he did say he's making a decision tomorrow on the Harry Kane, if he does make the team on the bench or whatever he wants to do with Harry Kane. So we'll hear that tomorrow. I personally expect him not to be in the squad again. Me personally. Matt thinks it might be on the bench, Matt. You think he may have a chance?
I think he could be on the bench, yeah.
So Jake, if Harry is on the bench, I mean, it's something like Wolves will have to look at. You know what I mean? If the game's not going right for Spurs, we've got someone like Harry Kane on the bench. You know what I mean? He can come on and change the game for us. So you said you don't think there's going to be a lot of goals. So which way is it going to go?
No, I've got a feeling, not just because you lot are it. I think it'll be 1-0 Spurs. I think Spurs will just get over the line. I think could be an early goal as well. I think be an early goal when they just think. I don't know. I try. Obviously, there's Traore as well, but he missed an absolute sitter against Leicester. He was through.
What a sitter that was!
That was
wow. And he drove for the midfield. He's like, seriously, that boy has got pace, mate. I'm telling you, that's what I'm frightened about. Seriously, I'm hoping Davinson Sanchez can cope with him. So hopefully, fingers crossed.
I think Skip's gonna have to have a big game on Sunday as well, because he's gonna have to really help that midfield.
Yeah, absolutely. So Jake's gone with a tight. Go on, Jake.
Oh yeah. No, I was going to say, obviously, there won't be any better manager to analyse or know what Wolves' strengths, weaknesses are than Nuno himself. So you'd expect him to know a fair few weaknesses in that Wolves squad. So I think Spurs will get over the line 1-0.
Wow. So Jake's gone with 1-0 Spurs. Me and Matt's gone with 2-1 Spurs. And in the comments here, Aaron says Spurs win 2-1 brace from Sonny. Dave says Southampton should have enough in the academy to stay up. Michael saying 3-0 Spurs. Wolves are poo. 1-1 draw, Derek. Ow. 1-1 draw. Are you a Spurs fan, Derek? Darcy, Torre's so scary, just struggle to finish. Every guy has that issue sometimes, mate. Do you know what, with Torre, if he can sort out his end product, that will be an absolute steal of a sign. Seriously, it'll be a great sign for anyone because he's a beast, that young guy. Dave saying 2-1 Spurs. The only way to stop Torre is to shoot him with oh dear, Jesus Christ. David says Torre is all pace but no end product. Lucky for us. Vinage finished says, can I join? We're going to the end of the thing now, Vinage. We've only got a couple left, matey. Next one, you can join in the next one, matey. Torre runs on diesel fuel. It gets all oiled up as well. Someone oils him up, innit? What's the thing about that, Joe? Do you know, start of the game, someone oils him up. It's
to stop people grabbing him because it'll be too slippy to take down.
Jeez, I've never seen it in my life.
It shouldn't really be allowed, really, but yeah.
Well, so we go on to the scumbags. We've got Arsenal versus Chelsea. Matt's gone with 3-0 Chelsea.
Yep.
And I've gone with a close one because they are normally close. I know Arsenal in the mud at the minute, but they normally are quite close to these London derbs. I've gone with 2-1 Chelsea. I expect Chelsea to win. I'm not sure if Lukaku starts. If Michael's in the chat, is Michael behind scenes? No, Michael's not behind. He won't come on for it, but here you go. So I'm not sure Lukaku makes the team, but if he does, he'll destroy Arsenal. Seriously, he'll destroy that back line. But even without Lukaku, I think Chelsea will just have enough. I think they've got some good quality in there. And Arsenal just... Does Aubameyang and Lacazette make it for this game, or are they still missing through COVID?
I think they might be back.
I think Lacazette's I think Aubameyang's...
We have got the Chelsea areas. Mabsy.
Hey, doing, boys. How you doing, lads? You right?
Not too bad.
Yeah.
Mike was on about Chelsea.
Lukaku starts, mate. Lukaku starts.
Is he? Yeah, is he in the team?
TT's already said. Yeah, TT already said this morning he's ready. He knows what he's going to do. Lukaku's going to be like Drogba, and he's going to be the next Drogba against Arsenal. He's going to put him straight in there, straight away.
So, Mike, just give us your overall of the game and your prediction.
3-0 Chelsea. We'll have mostly all the ball. Their defence this year, Arsenal, is absolutely... I can't believe they've spent 50 million on Ben White for one season. He had one good season, that's it. I can't see how White is worth £50 million. I don't know what business they were doing there when they bought him for 50 million. I have no idea. Varane didn't cost that much, just a bit more, and he's world class. I don't get it. I do not get that. I think they're shocking this season, Arsenal. They're spending this season ain't all that. They've got rid of that Willock. Absolutely shocking. Yeah, that's absolutely shocking. They get rid of one of their bright stars, Willock. How do you get rid of him? I don't understand. But Chelsea, 3-0. I think this season we've got it.
We was talking about this, Mike, earlier about Willock, and crazy. He's £25 million. This guy, he's got 7 to 10 goals in a season. This guy scores goals, and Newcastle. I think with his, when he come into Newcastle in January last season, I think he kept him up a bit. I think I think
Yeah.
with his improvement, I think he scored 7 goals. I think something like that, 6, 7 goals. I think he helped.
Yeah, definitely.
Newcastle up
And
last year.
Arsenal struggling. Arsenal struggled last season with scoring goals. They struggled.
Yeah.
They're struggling. They're going to struggle again this season. There's no way they're going to be. They're going to be right near top 10, 9th, 10th. There's more. There's about 4 teams better than Arsenal, and 4 teams above that who are better than Arsenal, who are much better, obviously, in the league. You've got Man United, Chelsea, Man City, Liverpool. They're going to be the top, and then you've got Leicester. Leicester, the last 2 seasons are unbelievable. Unbelievable.
But, Mike, do you know if Aubameyang and like I said, do they miss out again because of that COVID? They got. Are they still isolating?
Yeah, I reckon so. Yeah, I haven't heard anything. I'll see. I see one of my friends on his Instagram said that Lacazette ain't starting again tomorrow. So I can't see that.
I've heard Pulisic has got COVID or something, so he can't.
Yeah, Pulisic. But yeah, Pulisic they're taking out Kante. Kante might not be playing tomorrow, but we're all right in the midfield. We got Jorginho and Kovacic. I know Jorginho and Kovacic. You know what I mean? I know Kante. That's what I was saying to a lot of people this year. I think when Chelsea were wanting to buy Declan Rice, people weren't understanding it, and I was trying to tell people Declan Rice is a person that likes to sit back. Kante likes to run forward and run back. That's why we all give him. That's why we all give him that phrase. He's a 2-man, one person, because he does both jobs of Jorginho. He makes Jorginho look good. Kante. Do you know what I mean? So, and that's why Chelsea were wanting Declan Rice, because he does only sit back. He don't like to get forward, Declan Rice. That's my only problem. Is Kovacic and Jorginho. They like to get both of them.
So, Mike, you gone for 3-0, and you think you're going to
3-0. Lukaku will get a brace. Yeah.
Before we bring in the other 2, Mike, where do you reckon you'll finish this year? You actually think you're going to win this?
I'm not saying it because I'm a Chelsea fan, because I actually was honest last season. I thought with the team with Lampard and TT coming in when he did, we weren't going to get. Well, we was lucky to get top 4. I didn't actually think we'd get it, but this year in pre-season and with the team the way they're gelling, we're complete now. We've got that one striker, the number 9 we need, and we're complete. So I think, we've finished top of the league this year, because I don't think Man City will get Kane. They're missing a striker. Man United are good, but their right side of midfield and right back is a bit shoggy for me. They're missing. I think Man United need a right back, a decent right back. They've got 2 good centre halves and a left back in Shaw, but their right back, Saki, I think he's going to mess up this season for Man United a lot.
So Mike's gone. So Jake, we'll bring you in. Chelsea versus Arsenal. Can you see Arsenal getting anything from this? I know they were terrible against Brentford. They got nothing up front. They got Balogun. He looks like he will start again at the weekend. Is there any luck there for Arsenal? Anything, a draw, or do you reckon Chelsea have 2? It'll be too strong.
Well, to be fair, I think Arsenal recently, I remember when Arteta was really under pressure. I think, was it Boxing Day when Chelsea played Arsenal, and then Arsenal beat them 3-1. Just Arsenal always see, whenever they're underdogs against Chelsea, they always seem to pick out a result. Remember the FA Cup final under Conte as well. But this is different. This is Tuchel. He's obviously got Lukaku in. I think I can see a 1-0 Chelsea. Tuchel, I remember he did it against us at Anfield, City in the final of the Champions League. They seem to get that 1 goal, and then their defensive structure is so strong. And obviously, with Arsenal a few players out, I think as you see Chelsea with that structure they've got with that back 3, it all seems whoever's in that back 3 for Chelsea, they all seem to fit in the system they've got. So I can see maybe 1 or 2-0 Chelsea, but I'll go 1-0 Chelsea. I think Chelsea will win.
Wow. Let's go for 1-0. Matt, You went for 3-0. You think Chelsea's going to absolutely destroy this lot. With Ben White at the back, he looked absolutely terrible. It was Brentford, Ivan Toney, and the other guy it was like a fidget spinner, and it kept spinning, and it kept spinning on the circle. They ran him ragged.
He was allergic to the ball. He was allergic to the ball.
I think with Lukaku now, it's a different player to come against. You know what I mean, so you go with 3-0. Can you see Lukaku scoring then in this game, Matt?
Yeah, I think Ivan Toney absolutely bullied the Arsenal backline. Lukaku's going to absolutely destroy it. He's quicker. He's in better shape than he was when he was at United. He says
that's what we're missing.
Made him a better player. Chelsea are a very good side. I said that if they get Lukaku, they win the league. I think they'll miss Kante, but I think against Arsenal they won't need him. They've got Jorginho who can do a job. Kovacic is very underrated. I like Rudiger. I think he's a quality defender. I think Alonso, you chip him with a couple of goals. I think Arsenal from set pieces against Brentford were shocking. And I think Arsenal are going to have to come out, especially at home, with the crowd on their back. And Chelsea will just spring them on the counter a couple of times.
Look how many balls, isn't it, Matt? Matt, look how many balls Chelsea had last season in the box and no one was there to header it. No one. How many times? Now, that's what I like about Lukaku in the last 2 seasons in Italy. He plays off the back where his back's to the goal, but he comes and he headers the balls in.
Yeah.
That's what we're missing.
Yeah, he'll get you all the chances that Werner missed. He probably would have put them in. Or at least got 10, 15 of them, which turns a lot of your results around from last season. So, yeah, I think they're going to batter Arsenal, mate. I really do. I think Arsenal are in the mud, like I said.
I think with Lukaku, I think when he was at United, I think he was a bit overweight. I think he was quite big, and he wasn't very mobile. I think he's gone to Italy. I think he's changed his diet. He's changed everything. He looks slimmer now. He looks mean, and it looks lean. And he said he's improved. He said the Italian game has improved his game. So it was good to see what Lukaku was saying. He said he thinks he's going to bring a different game to Chelsea this time round. He thinks he's going to bag a lot of goals. So
he's got unfinished business.
Yeah, absolutely. So Mike, thanks for coming on, pal. Pleasure to have you on, pal. We'll have you on again, pal. Absolutely. So guys, there's only a couple of games left. Sorry, some comments there. We've got Aaron's going with 4-0 Chelsea. Arsenal look so bad. I actually feel sorry for them. Derek's gone with 6-0. Think it'll be 2-1 Chelsea. David said that Arsenal are deluded and need to sack Arteta, but of course I hope he stays for the next 10 years. Dar says Lacazette is supposed to miss out, but Abba is supposed to be back. How can it be back? Because they both went at the same time today and meant COVID, both of them. Derek says Arsenal are absolutely crap. Brett says Arsenal to fluke it 2-1. Wow, here we go. Dar says think Lukaku will score and Vina will miss 3 clear shots. Dar says puff, pass. Yeah, hello, love to flag that, Mike. Ben White looked like Bambi on ice. And Dave says, oh, sorry, Matt. Sorry, Ben Shite. That's his name. Jake, his name's Ben Shite. He's not named Ben White. Dave says, I think Lukaku will flop this season. Wow. With the pace of I don't think so, you know.
Nah.
He looks lean. I'll tell you now, he looks much fitter than he was when he was at United before he went to Italy. Seriously. I can't see Arsenal literally getting anything. But everyone's opinions in it. Everyone's entitled to their opinions. So this is going to be a cracking game, Matt. It's the last game on Monday night. West Ham versus Leicester. You've gone 3-2. You've been gone for a goal fest there, Matt.
Yeah.
I don't know what I've got. What I went for actually. It's it. I've gone with 2-2. I've gone for goals. I think really 2-2 draw. But Matt, we'll start with you, mate. You've gone with 3-0, 3-2. Gone a lot of goals. 2 very good attacking teams, Matt. Isn't it? Two teams like scoring goals.
Yeah.
West Ham just literally in that second half took Newcastle apart. Some great
didn't
football they played. And Leicester, they didn't look
They didn't look
up.
great.
They didn't look on it, did they? They didn't look great against the Wolves, but they got the result. They got the goal. Vardy got the goal.
Yeah.
He's up and running. So you've gone for 3-2. So you think goals in this match? You think it's going to be a real good end-to-end?
Yeah, I really do. I think the West Ham players are going to give their fans a show. You know, they're going to be back. There's going to be pressure on the West Ham players, but I think after the season they had last year, I think they can handle it. To be honest, I think Leicester. You know, you've seen them in drips and drabs. We beat them towards the end of last season. They haven't had the best pre-season. Fofana's out. Vestergaard's got to settle into that back four if he comes in. I just think there could be goals, and I think West Ham will just nick it, taking the momentum from the Newcastle game.
Wow. So Matt's gone with 3-2. I'll go with 2-2. West Ham is a funny team, isn't it? He can score 4 against Newcastle and come in and lose this one. I mean, it's such a funny team, West Ham, but they've got a good team. I like Souček. I like Rice. Antonio is a handful up top. It's always
I do like Antonio.
Every time he's fit, he's a handful for anyone. That Antonio.
Ben Rama's the one for me. I think
Ben Rama, absolutely fantastic against Newcastle. I watched the second half of that. He was fantastic. But I think 2-2. I think Leicester. They've got goals in them as well. They've got Vardy there. They've got Tottenham. They've got a Rayo attack in an actor there as well. Patson Daka. I'm going to be interested to see him this season. Let's see if he can hit the ground running. He's meant to be the next good striker on the continent. Do you know what I mean? So let's see what he can do in the Premier League. But I'll go with 2-2. But I wouldn't be surprised West Ham do actually nick this. You know what I mean, Jake, who are you going to go with here, mate? 2 really good teams go forwards, isn't it? They like attack, got goals in them.
There's a really tough game to call. I think any result, West Ham win, Leicester win or draw, no result would surprise me. Yeah, I think it's really difficult. I think West Ham were probably one of the teams last season that benefited from no fans. I think so. Obviously, the season before they just survived relegation, and I know West Ham Stadium can get quite tense when they're losing and stuff. So this is a really difficult one to predict. Leicester obviously used to not look great. They have got Harvey Barnes right there. I thought he was probably one of the better players for Leicester against Wolves. I'm going to go 2-1 Leicester. I think Leicester might just get over the line, but I think it'd be a really tight game. It's quite either result wouldn't surprise me. I think it's quite a difficult game to call, really.
Very, very. It's, as I said, Matt's gone with the win for West Ham. I was on the fence, because this can go either way. It can really go either way.
Yeah.
That's why I went for the 2-2. But I wouldn't be surprised if either team did come away with the winner. All right. So, Jake, you went for 2-1 Leicester, did you say, mate?
Yeah, 2-1 Leicester, yeah.
Yeah, so he's gone 2-1 Leicester. Michael says, get it clear, Werner is not a striker. In my book, he is a winger who gets passes in the box and hopefully scores a few. Dave says, I'm going for Leicester 3-1 against West Ham. Derek says 2-1 West Ham. Dave says Leicester look good in the back with Vestergaard. That's what I'm saying. They've got Vestergaard now with Fofana with that nasty injury he's got. Michael says 2-1 West Ham. West Ham will miss Lingard. There's talks about he may go back to West Ham yet. And we got here, Matt. Long time no see. Yes, George.
Hi, George.
Yes, George from Cumbria. Yes, pal. How's it going, pal? Got Aran says, my first 0-0. I couldn't go all games without a 0-0. So this is it for me. So, no. Oh, wow. It's gone for 0-0. Just reckon there's a 0-0 7.
Can't see that.
Dave says West Ham have never won the league. Dar says think there will be a lot of goals. 3-2 Leicester. Dar says I think West Ham could get Lingard on the last day of the transfer. Yeah, apparently they're back in talks with him. Jesse. Ali says, hit the like if you want Arsenal to give Arteta a new 5-year contract. Yeah, smash the like, guys, on that one. Yeah, smash the like, guys. Give us a subscribe as well. Dave says, do you know that only about 22 English teams have won the league, which we now call the Premier League? Wow, 22 English league and English teams. Jules says, good mate, haven't checked your Twitter in a while, so didn't know you started streaming again. Yes, mate. Yeah, we are. We're back up and running. We'll have to get you on, George. It was good to have you on every now and then. That's brilliant, George's. So, guys, we're going to end it there. Good show. Jake, thanks for coming on. Let's end it, guys. We're going to predict it. Let's go with this final fight. Harry Kane, where's he going? Staying or is he going?
I think he'll stay. I think he'll stay.
Do you think he's...
I don't think. I think Man City have left it too late. I know obviously deals can get done quite quick and stuff. I just think, probably. I know you give Levy a lot of stick. You probably have to give him a little. Obviously not too much credit because he's done a lot wrong, but credit that he's said, this is what I want. If you don't pay it, you're not.
No, absolutely. Do you know what? Right. I don't know if you, Jake. I don't know if you've seen the little video of Michael Bridge on Talk. I think it was on Sky Sports News or was it on TalkSport as well. And he had a rant. He had a rant about it.
Yeah, it was brilliant.
And it was a brilliant rant. And he said everyone pipes up about Daniel Levy this, Daniel Levy that. He said, give the man credit. You know what I mean? He's sticking his heels in. He wants his price. Come and pay the price, and you can have your man. He said, I'm telling you now, that's it. I mean, so it's fair play by Michael Bridge. You know what I mean, and he's a Spurs fan as well, Michael Bridge. You know what I mean, he loves it, Michael Bridge. Go on, Michael. But yeah, that was very good of Michael. You know what I mean, because everyone just keeps saying about that. We know Daniel Levy does a lot wrong. You know what I mean, but in things like this, you know what I mean, he holds his thing. I'll tell you now, he will not back down to City. He will not back down. If he doesn't get his 150 million or 160 max, it's something like that. He will not sell. Simple. He will not sell. I've got a feeling this is going to be a deadline day. Matt, I know you're saying no, it's not going to go that far, mate. I've just got a feeling it's going to be a bird top all over again. I really do. I think it's going to be. We're going to get Fraser Campbell to come out of retirement again.
I'm pretty confident.
Go on, Matt.
He's staying, mate. I think Levy's told City to swivel, to be honest. I think they've taken the piss with their bids. Apparently they won't go any higher than they've already offered. So I think he's turned his phone off, and I think that's it. And I think Kane's just going to have to get stuck into training and have another year at Spurs. And who knows? It could be another contract renewal or something like that with a release clause or something like that coming into it.
There you go. So Matt thinks he's...
I'm pretty confident. I'd even put a wager on it, to be honest.
Oh, he's putting a wager on it. Jake
tenner
says...
that he stays? Tenner each?
Oi. What's going on here? He's a betting man, this guy. Jake, you said he's going to stay, yeah?
Yeah, I think he'll stay. I think City have left. I just think what's that negotiate? I don't know. Is it the price? I don't like what is City trying to do? Is it including players in it, add-ons? I don't know what.
City's first price was 100 million. They said no way. Then they come back with 127 million plus a player, but none of them players want to come to us. That's the problem, and they want too much money.
I don't think we wanted Jesus, to be honest. I think that's who got offered.
Got offered Jesus and Laporte, but it'd be nice to get Laporte, but I think Daniel Levy just wants the cash. I don't think he's interested in no player. So he wants his 150 million or 160 million. He wants cash. He wants it now.
The problem is with the City players, they're on too much money wage-wise, so we'd have to bump everyone else up. It would just be chaos.
Yeah, absolutely. It will be. I just think deadline day. Let's strap ourselves in, guys. This is going to be a deadline day deal. I can see it. I really can. Jake, before we go, mate, Liverpool have done no business apart from the defender bringing. Can you see anything happening, mate? Apparently, there was whispers that you're after an attacking midfielder or a defensive midfielder as well in the middle of the park. Ronaldo's gone to PSG. They're looking to fill that hole. Do you think anything's going to happen? Jurgen Klopp he doesn't look happy. He don't look happy with the business so far.
You can tell from when he gets asked stuff in press conferences, the stuff he's saying to cover up the owners, you can see through his bullshit. He's happy. He's said himself, he's aware of what rivals are doing. He knows that if City getting Kane, or if they don't, that's obviously signing Grealish, United getting Sancho and Varane, but it's different because obviously when we won the league, everyone was trying to catch us. We are not the champions anymore. We're trying to catch City, and if City improve their squad and we don't, we're gonna fall behind. So we're trying to improve our squad to get obviously back to the top, and we finished. Must have been about 18 points behind them last season. I don't see anything. Obviously, there's talk of Shaqiri going out for 6 million, which I think is an absolute joke. How
6 million.
He's leaving for 6 million.
Take him at Spurs, Matt.
No, I don't think I'd want Shaqiri.
Oh dear, we've got two of them sort of players. But yeah, Jake, I saw that press conference today of Jurgen Klopp. He don't look happy one bit. He really doesn't. He really don't.
He even talked about Van Dijk, didn't he? He said he wasn't really. That was a bit of a weird one. He was sort of like he wasn't that impressed with obviously his performance against Norwich the other day, which I thought, well, that's a bit weird. What's going on here? Not saying they've fallen out, but it seems I'm getting a lot of Pochettino vibes with Jurgen Klopp. I think you may be falling in the trap that Spurs fell in and didn't. I know you backed him when you sold Coutinho. I think you may have to sell one of like a Mane or a Salah to go again. Yeah. Because like you said, you just don't have any money and the owners don't want
to cough up.
They're more interested in baseball and stuff like that.
I just I see Klopp going down the same route that Poch did, and I can see it. I can see him getting frustrated.
I think that's why recently, I think literally all they've done all summer is contract extensions. So I think they've realised that if the owners aren't going to fund new signings, we've got to tie down obviously our big names to new deals. So obviously they're here for longer, or if a bid comes in, we're obviously
they can sell them on for more. Yeah, I get it.
The only worry now, Jake, for Liverpool fans is Jurgen Klopp. He's won everything he can at Liverpool, and he's won the Champions League. He's won the Premier League, and he's won. Has he won the FA Cup or League Cup? He's won. He's won. I think it's majority in it. I think, mate. There is talks as well. He wants to go back to Germany. He wants to go back to Dortmund. Do you reckon it's as what Matt was saying? Could be like a Pochettino where he wasn't happy, and at the end, Pochettino, I think he did want to go at the end because he wasn't happy with things. Do you think it could be the same as Klopp? He's looking. He's making excuses up that he really wants to go. He wants another challenge now. Because I think if you look at it, Matt, Jake, he's done everything at Liverpool. I mean, and I've never seen Klopp this unhappy. He's always a smiley lad, isn't it? Always smiley, bubbly. Klopp, so doesn't seem himself, Jake.
No, he's not. And to be honest, I can't really blame him, to be honest, because he was saying obviously when we were going through our bad spell, I think through February, March time, he was saying about how, Champions League is important for transfers and stuff like that for the club. And he was saying if we don't get it, it's bad and bad for like the future and stuff. Now we have got it. Nothing's really changed, really. So I think we would have signed Canate even if we'd finished in the Conference League. I really do. I think it was tied up around April before the season even ended. So I can understand this frustration, especially when your rivals are spending big money as well. That must be really watch for it.
Absolutely.
But I think it'll all be done on results based, really, because obviously beating Norwich. But if we lost to Burnley tomorrow, I think a lot of fans would get very frustrated about the transfers, and it would probably heap pressure on, because obviously it's different, in Germany and stuff like that. You get like the director of footballs that come out and do interviews and stuff like that. I feel like the Dortmund one constantly does one about Haaland and stuff. So the manager doesn't get like the full questions on it or the full face of the club, really. Whereas in England, everything is just thrown at the manager because they're like the face of the club, really. So I think the more questions he gets asked about it, I probably presume the more agitated he'll probably get on it. Also, we've got Chelsea next weekend, which is a big game. I think it's a few days before the transfer window ends. So if we lose to Chelsea, I think could see a bit of business done. But as I say, it's all result based, really. You know, if we win 6-7 on the bounce, whatever, like journalists, they ask questions based on what suits their boot, really. So yeah, I think it'll be results based. If we win 6 or 7, people will say, "Oh, he was right. He's not signed anyone. They don't need to, etc." Whereas in January, when we didn't sign a centre back until like deadline day, which I thought was horrendous that we didn't get one done on the 1st of January, just had it already done. Also, we signed Kabak, which he's not even here. We offered him for free by Schalke just to take his wages, and we didn't do it. Also, we signed Ben Davies, which is probably one of the strangest signings I've ever seen. Signed from Preston, and he didn't play once. And I think, what day is today? I think, whenever Sheffield United played West Brom, I think it was Wednesday. He's gone on loan to Sheffield United already. So he hadn't played 1 minute, and we were that desperate for a centre-half, he couldn't even play. So I think that showed that Klopp hasn't really got control of the transfers and what he's able to do. Because I think he even said we don't usually look at the Championship to buy players. So yeah, I think you can see that he even said himself he doesn't get like the full say on transfers, really. So, but it's frustrating because it's like your owners are not funding any transfers. It's like you're constantly having to sell. It's like, what are the owners like? What is their vision in terms of like, obviously I know every year there's players you can sell, but like you're going to run out of players to sell that are like good value in terms of like, if you're giving contract extensions to different people, it's like, obviously you're not going to sell Fabinho or Alisson or whatever. Who are you going to sell to fund players to improve the squad? Apart from youth players, leaving for like 5, 3, 6 million. You need owners for investment, and we're not getting that at the moment. I think that's why we'll struggle this season.
Absolutely. It go, Jake's on the insight on Liverpool there. Looks like the owners are running the club here. And before we go out, Michael says Harry Kane is staying. No doubt. Michael says Levy will not sell this window. Great stream, guys. Derek, thank you very much. Michael, thanks, pal. Daniel Levely is a genuine businessman. He knows how to do business. Absolutely. Great stream today. Thanks for having me on. Not a problem. Thanks, Mike. Dar says Liverpool in trouble. We'll be lucky to finish in the top 4. Kane will stay, but we'll need a midfielder. Will Spurs succeed signing a midfielder? Something boiling up. I'll tell you now. I think we'll get about 3 over the line. Dar says not Salah. I think he's still top 4. Marley has been struggling through Ditcham and Henderson. Michael Mabs, if Liverpool let Klopp go, they will drop out the top 4. Michael says Liverpool owners are unhappy with losing billions in the Super League, so they are holding their wallets close to piss off fans. Yusuf, hello people, just joined late. Thank you very much, Yusuf. Nuno facing his old team already. And Aaron says, thanks, lads. Thank you very much for everyone who's joined the thing tonight. And have a little punt in it, because I think I saw something earlier that Jurgen Klopp is 20-1 to leave his job. Have a little swindle on that one. Do you have confidence in Dele Alli? Of course I do. Absolutely, yes. So we're going to end it there, guys. As I said, guys, thanks for everyone who's joined. Smash the like going out, guys. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. It's free of charge. It doesn't cost nothing, guys. It helps the channel, guys. And as I said, thanks for my co-host Matt. Always on the end and come on, and he helps out on the channel massively. And we've got Jake. Jake's been on a couple of times now. He loves coming on, have his say, have his little two pennies worth there. As I said, guys. And the next one, I think, Matt, are we going to do a fans calling what we've done on Sunday? Are you available?
Yeah, sure, mate. Yeah.
Yeah. So we do a fans calling. What time, Matt? Same time, 9. I finished at 7, half 7.
Yeah,
so
we can do 9. We can do 9.
Yeah. So So we'll go with fans calling, guys, after the Wolves game at the weekend about 9 o'clock. So for Premier Hotspur, guys, from Premier Hotspur TV, I've been Simon. This has been Matt.
Cheers, guys.
And this has been Jake, the Liverpool fan. And we've got Mike says, "Psychos, see you, Matt, and see you, Jake.
Bye,
See you, mate. Yeah, nice one, guys. So, guys, thank you very much. And let me get this up and running. Yeah, and we'll. Good night. God bless, guys, and we'll see you Sunday, guys. Good night. God bless, guys, and come on, you Spurs. Come on,
you
Spurs.
Spurs.